Miss Gipson says, after 38 years together, Mr. Walton is back to his shady ways. And if he fails the lie detector, he's going to be out for good. Today on Divorce Court. All rise. The Honorable Judge Starr presiding.
Hello, everyone. You may be seated.
Your Honor, the case of Gipson v. Walton.
Thank you so very much, Ms. Gipson and Mr. Walton. Hello, everyone. The couple before us, Ms. Gipson and Mr. Walton, are trusting us with their relationship. So let's get started. Ms. Gipson, why are we here in divorce court?
I'm here with you, Your Honor, because I've been with Billy Walton for 30 plus years. The trust not really there as it used to be. And I just have some doubt about his trust. And I'm bringing him here, I brought him here today to take a polygraph test so that way that I can see that, that he's been trustful to me. And if he have not, then I feel that we need to end this relationship and he could just leave.
Well, you should say end this relationship again, because you all have been together for so many times. Let me just make sure I have this right. You're together 40 years. You were married 38 years ago, back in 1987. Divorced 24 years ago, 2001. Then you started dating again 18 years ago. You are presently living together. You had 2 children prior, and you have 2 children together.
Yes, ma'am.
To say you have history is the understatement of the century. You have some history.
Yes, Your Honor, I have. And I had some doubts, and I had a lot of things going in between that, trying to make the marriage right.
So I'm going to turn over to Mr. Walton because, Mr. Walton, Ms. Gipson said, although you have history together, there's a whole lot of drama that went into that history. What do you say, sir?
I don't know what a drama is. I'm just here today to save my relationship with her and to let her know that I'm not doing any cheating, and I just want to make things right between me and her.
So, Mr. Walton, you think this relationship, not only does it have history, but it has a future. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So let's get into it a little bit. Ms. Gipson, why are we in divorce court today? Take me back to when you first met all those years ago and how we got to this point.
Me and Mr. Walton, we went to school together. One particular time, had a little function going, and I seen him walking, and I jumped up and I said, "Oh, I know that young man from school." There go my dream right there. And so when he came where I was at, and he realized who I was, and we've been together ever since then.
Very clearly, because I am now seeing photographs of you all throughout the ages, from very young people up until where we are now in the mature state of this relationship. Is that the way you remember it, Mr. Walton?
Yes, ma'am.
So we just walked down memory lane a little bit. How did it go to us now in divorce court?
A lot of misunderstanding and a lot of things that turned out wrong with us and stuff, but Mr. Billy, he did some things that kind of hurted me in the past.
You got married in 1987.
We got married in 1987, yes, ma'am.
Something happened 13 years later, though.
It happened in between that 13 years later.
What happened?
Mr. Walton cheated on me.
Is that what caused the divorce?
That's what caused the divorce.
And
after 5 years, we reunited back with each other after 5 years after that. In the process of that, then he was into a relationship that brought in another child. We had made promise that we wouldn't have kids by nobody else because, we loved each other. And somewhere down the line, I just thought that we would be back together. I'm good with that. I wasn't with him at that time, but it's just that when we got back together, things that kind of got like a little shady.
So, Ms. Gipson, let me turn over to Mr. Walton. You all were married in 1987, and at some point you had an indiscretion.
Yes.
And that caused a rift in your marriage, and thus you all got a divorce. Am I correct?
Yes.
But there was unrequited love. You had some stuff that y'all felt like y'all hadn't finished.
Yes.
And you got back together.
Yes.
Yes.
You didn't get remarried, but you got back together.
Yes.
And in that time period, between the time you were divorced, and the time you got back together, you started another relationship?
Yeah, I fought hard to get my family back, but I had to respect her, you know, because of what I had done.
Yes.
But by that time, when we did decide to reconcile together, I had my daughter, and I was blessed to have her, and I was proud to have her.
Yes, because it's not the child's fault.
No.
That adults were making decisions, and she's the result of that decision.
Exactly.
So she's here, and we have to make sure that she's taken care of also.
Yes.
So at this point, you all are back together. I understand you said that things really changed last year because you overheard a conversation that, for all practical purposes, made you feel some kind of way. Tell me about that.
Well, I have a door ringer on my door.
Yes.
And it's not that I'm spying on anybody, you know, but when my door ringer it goes off on my phone.
Right.
And Mr. Walton, his voice get very, very loud. And the walls is thin. You can hear through the walls. And I heard him over speaking to two of a family member that he want to leave. You know, he want to leave the relationship with me and him. Because it seemed like that if I don't be on the right track with him of how his decision, that he want to do things, he thinking I'm taking away from him. It's not what you're doing, it's how you're doing it.
But I want to come to you, Mr. Walton. Do you know about this this door camera situation that she's talking about?
No, she misunderstood. That's what happened.
Okay, so tell me how she misunderstood, because I'm going to tell you, if I heard my husband having a conversation with a third party suggesting that he's not happy and he just about ready to leave, I'd feel some kind of way.
I have my phone out. I don't have nothing to hide. When he goes somewhere and speak on his phone, he get in the car and drive like he want to go to the store. And it's the women tuition, you know. I just felt it like something run right.
What did you find?
I found him telling one of his cousins them that he want to move down there until he find him a place.
At that time, it wasn't no woman I was speaking to. It was my child.
Okay.
That I was speaking to.
And regardless of who you were talking to, you were discussing Miss Gipson and your relationship. Miss Gipson overheard that discussion. Do you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm asking you, why were you having that discussion? Was something going on in your relationship that made you question whether or not there was longevity?
I didn't have no problem of that.
Your Honor, he's talking about, I don't feel like I'm supporting him, and
so suffice it to say he was complaining and you overheard it.
I confronted him, and he said that he wasn't talking about me. He was talking about something else, and my daughter even got out the car and came into the house, and she said the same thing, and I said, well, I can let you both hear my ringtone. I know what I heard. And I heard him leaving out of the front door, and he was like mad and talking about me with my son. See, my kids, I always tell Mr. Walton, look, what goes on between me and you is stay between me and you. We work it out together. Our kids don't have nothing to do with this because they don't bring their problems to us.
Right.
So why do we have to bring our problems to them? Because all they're gonna do is just look at it and say, y'all tripping, y'all doing this, but...
Give me just a minute. Let me turn over to Mr. Walton. Mr. Walton, Ms. Gipson is saying you have brought your children into the intimate issues that you are having problems.
I don't have to bring them into it because they see it and they hear it. Just the what she's speaking on about my daughter, that's my stepdaughter. Me and my stepdaughter was out in the cul-de-sac talking.
Mm-hmm.
My ringtone camera is right there. We way out here in the street. She see me making suggestions, talking to my daughter, and she comes out and she comes to me. What you saying? What you talking about?
Because I wanted them to repeat it again.
Keep that energy.
It seems to me that regardless of what your intent was, Ms. Gipson,
I'm not his priority. Even though that he's go and talk to my kids about that, it's not none of their business.
Let me say this to you. It's something I learned a long time ago with my parents. Children are a product of, not a factor in, a marriage. Okay? Do you understand what I'm saying when I say that?
Yes.
They're the ones that are supposed to see an example from their parents on how to maintain a healthy relationship. And you all have not been great examples of that.
No.
So we might need to find a therapist or a good friend and not play the children off against.
Yeah, because they don't want to be involved with us. They want us to get back on the right track.
And I want us to get back on the right track.
He went to California. He stayed over 6 months in California.
Know why? Tell her why we separate.
Okay, but I didn't know we were separating until he left. But when he stayed down in California for 6 months, he was caught with a woman sitting down by him.
You say that there has been some sneaky behavior that has made you believe that Mr. Walton is not somebody that you can trust. Explain to me what you're talking about.
I have my phone out. I don't have nothing to hide. When he goes somewhere and speak on his phone, he get in the car and drive like he want to go to the store. And it's the time that, I had seen Billy phone out, and it's the women tuition. I just felt it like something run right,
What did you find?
I found him telling one of his cousins them that he want to come and help them with their bill and move down there until he found him a place.
So in other words, like putting a backup plan in place.
It seemed like it to me, it seemed like that he was just trying to do that runaway skill on me again.
I'm just cut to the chase. Mr. Walton, are you planning on leaving Miss Gipson?
No, I have no thoughts of leaving Miss Gipson. I have grandkids. I'm a new grandfather of my first granddaughter. I'm 60 years old. I don't plan on leaving Miss Gipson nowhere behind.
So why did you stay in California for 12 days? Because that's what my notes say. My notes say you left and went to California and stayed there for 12 days.
I have a daughter that's in California.
I understand that.
I missed her whole childhood. She had a graduation.
He stayed over 6 months in California.
Know why? Tell her why we separate.
Okay, but I didn't know we was separating until he left. I didn't know he was leaving, but when he stayed down in California for 6 months, he was caught with a woman sitting with the woman next sitting down by him at one of his relative party.
What did you see it on a video?
Yeah, I seen it, and then he sent it to my nephew.
Instagram.
A picture saying that's his woman.
Instagram.
So you know what? This says to me that there is such a lack of communication.
It is. We don't listen at each other. We talk over each other.
So there are two things in a relationship that must be present: trust and communication. And you all have broken both. You don't trust each other, and you can't communicate with each other. So let's at least try to get some of the trust back. Ms. Gipson, you asked Mr. Walton to submit to a polygraph examination because you had some specific questions. Mr. Walton, you said you would put her trust issues to rest once and for all by agreeing to a polygraph examination. Am I correct?
I have no problem with it.
Well, we about to find out.
Okay.
Okay? Corey, will you please ask the witness to join us?
Sure thing.
Mr. Walton, as I stated earlier, you willingly submitted to a polygraph examination, and today I have asked Mr. John Yarbrough, a certified polygraph examiner from Guardian Polygraph Services, to join me as an expert witness. Mr. Yarbrough, you've been an expert in this field for public and private entities, and based on your extensive experience and credentials, as well as the time you've spent in this courtroom, I again find you qualified as an expert in polygraph examinations to provide services for this court today. Good day, sir.
Good day, Your Honor.
Mr. Yarbrough, I wanted you to put 3 questions to Mr. Walton. I needed some specifics. Mr. Walton, did you have any sexual contact with the woman that Miss Gipson saw you in that graduation video from California with that we just heard about?
That is correct.
What was Mr. Walton's answer to that question?
He answered no.
And what did the test results indicate?
The polygraph examination revealed He was being truthful in answering that question.
No deceptive.
No deception indicated.
The third question, Mr. Yarbrough, we asked Mr. Walton this past January when you went to California. That's that long period he went. Did you have sexual contact with anyone?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And what was Mr. Walton's answer?
He responded no.
And what did the test results indicate?
The polygraph examination revealed he was being truthful in that question.
There's been no deception.
Thank you.
It's not every day that the defendant high-fives the jury because there is a question.
Oh.
There always is. Mr. Yarbrough, we asked Mr. Walton, in the last 18 years with Ms. Gipson, have you had sexual contact with anyone other than her?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And what was Mr. Walton's answer?
He answered no.
And what did the test results indicate?
The polygraph examination results indicated he was being truthful to that question.
Somebody give this man a not guilty t-shirt real quick. Thank you, Mr. Yarbrough. I think you probably made a couple very happy today. I appreciate your time.
You're welcome, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. So, it looks like the truth really does set you free.
Yeah, it's about my kids, that's it.
Ms. Gipson, apologize to Mr. Walton.
I apologize to you for accusing you, but it ain't no but in it. It's not no but, and I just want us to continue loving each other with this 30 plus more years, and I won't have to bring that back up to you no more about you cheating on me.
Mr. Walton, do you accept her apology?
I accept her apology only on one term.
What's your condition, sir? And you have every right to put some conditions in.
I have 3 kids. I have 2 here, and I have 1 in California. I missed all her childhood. Every 3 months, I make sure I don't dip into your rent money, whatever, but I'm gonna go see my daughter for 10 days.
Okay, I have something to say with that. There's been a time, that Billy been going down there to see his family in California. And our whole thing is that we were supposed to go together.
Okay, I'm going to tell you something, Ms. Gipson. I'm going to interrupt you because it's very important for you to hear me and hear me well.
Okay.
This man has told you that his child is important to him. He missed her childhood, and he has said that 10 days every 3 months, he is going to go and see her. And he wants that private time in order to build a relationship with his child. That's what Mr. Walton needs. And if you want that man, that's what you're going to have to agree to. And if you don't, which you have every right
I have
to
the right.
not.
I don't feel comfortable with that because when you get down there, he don't.
Miss Gipson, the man just told you what he was going to do.
And
does it work for you, yes or no?
No.
Then guess what? It's time for you to make some big girl decisions. Because there's a time, a reason, and a season for every relationship.
Yes.
The time has passed. The reason is over. The season has changed.
The season has ended.
The truth has been revealed. This case is over.
Thank you.
Made in Georgia.